Beginning. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Welcome to Mindful Yoga Together. Today, our theme is love. Well, since we have a Valentine Day, it's kind of a season of thinking of love. Well, I would say it came back to this season. I think I have been sharing this quote for some time, but it's always nice to come back to this one. So I'm just going to read it aloud. So this quote came from Lamadas. The most important aspect of love is not in giving or the receiving. It's in the being. When I need love from others or need to give love to others, I am caught in an unstable situation. Being love rather than giving or taking love is the only thing that provides stability. Being in love means seeing the beloved all around me. So we want to practice being. Sometimes we caught up of doing something, that we should do something, but rather we focus on being at this moment, then cultivating a love within ourselves. So that's in mind, and let's sit down and close our eyes or half close our eyes. So when I went to Japan this time, I participated, it's called Zazen, but it's a Zen meditation at the temple, Buddhist temple. So that was a very nice experience because I found a lot similar to yoga meditation that we usually do. So the master of the monk suggested we don't close our eyes really, we half close our eyes. So when we shut, it's easy to go into ourself. It's become dark when we totally close our eyes. But half closing our eyes to kind of we focus inward. However, we are not totally shutting down ourselves from whatever happening outside. So we are kind of in between, but we focus ourselves or inwardly, but still we staying at the world. So we are not totally shutting down. So it's nice to know. And half close our eyes if you like. And resting our hands on your knees, palm face up. Maybe chin mudra, index finger, thumb tips together. And noticing the breath coming in through the nose and going out through the nose. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, relaxing the shoulder. Feel the weight of our body and sitting here. And as you inhale, feel our back, spine, and top of your head reaching to the sky. And then exhale, soften, grounding. Continue the breath. So we are taking a moment to connect. So connecting in many ways, connecting to our body, connecting to our breath. That helps us to connect with our mind, that our brain or mind is checking on the breath. That helps to connect with us in the present moment, because we can breathe only the present breath. And also we are connecting to our sense and feeling the air touching on your skin. And if you have a sunlight on your body, like I do right now, you might feel the heat of the sunlight on your skin. And also connecting to how you feel on each inhalation and exhalation, noticing the change. Also, we are connecting to ourselves inwardly, and also we are connecting outside, the world around us. And as I just said, at the Zen meditation in Japan at the temple, the Zen master mentioned about half closing our eyes to connect to ourselves and also the world around us. We are not able to disconnect to the world around us. The world, it means the people that can be living beings, the nature, maybe pets, animals, and things happening around us. And we notice that we belongs to the community or to the world, and we are part of it. Few more breaths to be here. Together, inhale, hands reach out and up. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. And bow our head and set our intention, dedication for today. And slowly open our eyes. And good morning. Okay, so let's do the rainbow circle. Left hand goes up and over. Maybe it's too bright for you seeing. So let's see. And keep going. So exhale to round your back and drop yourself forward and coming to the other side. Connect with the movement with the breath. So usually inhalation to lengthening or opening. Then on our exhalation, we relax, grounding or bending forward. And as we move our body, we are checking how our body feels today. Maybe a little bit different from yesterday or a week ago or months ago. What we are paying attention right now, what feels our body. And maybe becoming gentle. Some parts is not very opening, so we can probably pay attention to open today. And then next one, let's come to center and catch our knees. So you can lean back, then you won't fall. So we're gonna open our back of the shoulders and the neck. Then as you inhale, we move ourselves forward and chest open up. Then find the stretch to the sternum or the belly. Then on our exhalation, lounge back and up our head. And let's move on for a few times. Inhale. And notice we are actually tilting our pelvis forward and back and creating a movement to our spine. And then next one, we come back to center and bring our hands down to the mat. And let's come to the tabletop. Open our fingers wide, tucking our toes under, and stretching the foot arch and Achilles tendon. Then straight our right leg back and ball of the foot come to the mat and push your heel back and down. So we stretch the back of the leg. Okay. Then lift our right leg up and left hand goes forward. Inhale, stretch. Then on our exhalation, bring our knee to the elbow, lounge your back. Then go on, inhale, stretch. And then exhale, knee to the elbow, move on. So we are using our core to bring your knee forward, then stretch. Then release our left hand down. Then bring our left foot outside of the mat and right hand to the sky. You might be putting the right foot down or maybe lifting the right leg up. Then inhale, looking upward. Then on our exhalation, bend your right knee, catch the right toe or ankle if that's available to you, and opening the front of the right leg. And you might realize that the shoulder open as well. And inhale, kicking into your hand. If you are not catching the toes, that's okay. Then slowly release. Straight our right leg plant down to the mat. The right hand goes over the head. Let's stretch the right side of our body. Okay. Then slowly come to the ground, the tabletop again. Then switch the leg, left leg go back and ball of the foot down to the mat and push your heels back and down. And stretching the Achilles tendon, foot arch, calf, back of the knee, hamstring. You might notice or are surprised to see if it's tight. Okay. And then let's lift our left leg up and both hands, right hand go forward and stretch. Inhale. And on our exhalation, bring your knee to the elbow, lounge your back. Then go on, inhale, stretch. Then exhale, knee to the elbow. And one more time, inhale. Then exhale, knee to the elbow, stretch. And bring your right hand down to the mat. Then right foot outside. Then left hand to the sky and open. Okay. You can plant your foot down or lift it. Inhale, looking up. And on our exhalation, bend your knee, catch your left foot with left hand and kick into our hand. Then inhale, open our chest. Then exhale, let go, stretch your leg, left foot down, left arm over the head and opening the left side of the body. Okay, then slowly come to the ground. Then come to downward facing dog. Tuck our toes under, lift our hips up. And head relax. And maybe bending your knee, right side and left side, walking our feet. And this is a great one to stretch our whole body. Yeah. Then the head relax. So using that heaviness of the head to lengthening our spine. Just a few more times. Then when you are ready, walk our feet forward and we're gonna come to the ground, sit down. Then get the belt. Then we lie down to the mat. So however you like to come down, if you like to use the cord, zip our legs together and slowly come to the mat. Okay, so now the belt comes to the right foot. Then straight our right leg up and left leg straight down to the mat. Then reaching our hands up, then using a belt, but your shoulder blade is resting on the mat. If you have a difficult time straightening the leg, that's okay. But let's see if you can push your right heel outward, then maybe your leg come close to straight. But our purpose here to, again, stretching the back of the leg and also engaging our leg. So now bring your right toe slightly outward, then gradually opening to the side. So to the right side. So now it's the inner leg to stretch. Again, if you can relax your shoulder and soften your elbow, then hold the belt. If you have a hard time doing that, you can make a small loop and just kind of hook your hands onto that loop. Okay, so if this is available, you might be pull the belt or pull your legs up and open a little bit more wider. Okay, then bend your right knee and right knee comes to the left side. So now it's a twisting. While twisting, we are opening the outer leg, outer hip. So you might be keeping your knees bent. So that's more easier to access. But if you like to challenge, maybe straight. Then twisting, so your right hand goes to the right side, really open our chest. And notice how your inner arm, your armpit, the right side of the chest feels really opening. So in Japan was very cold. Was a very, colder than here, seems like. And then in the inside of the house is very cold as well. So I felt like my upper body did have too much movement. It was so cold. So, wintertime it happens that you might be round in the back or, the shoulder gets tighter by, protecting ourselves, kind of a natural habit that we really bring the limbs close to us. So arms close to us. So it's really, we open our arms like this. So take this chance. Okay, then slowly release. And let's let go the belt for now and hug both knee to the chest and gently roll side to side. And these exercise or the poses, yoga poses, are really helpful if you have a hard time standing or putting a weight to the legs when you are standing pose, because you can lie down and then we can engage our leg. So this is a great step for balancing poses, of course, one foot, and also balancing on both feet. So in general, and now right leg go down and left leg go up with the belt, and push your heels. So this is a starting point of how we can engage our leg. And we stretch the back of the leg. So if you can, so it's not the leg, it's just go up. We are pushing the heels out as if we plant our foot, the left foot, to the ground, and we strongly standing. Okay, so now we're gonna rotate so point your left to a 45-degree angle and opening the leg wide to the side. So now it's inner leg. Especially when you have an injury on one side of the leg, or knee or ankle, and this kind of lie down and engaging the leg really helps to develop the muscle and strength, or gradually improving the strength. Okay, then bend your left knee and knee comes to the right side, so we twist. So you can start from bending your knee, twist, then spread your left hand to the left side and opening our chest. Then gradually, if this is available, pushing your left heel outward and maybe straighten that leg. So imagine your left leg and the left hand go opposite direction and we stretch between. Okay, then slowly let's come back to center. And I go about for now, hug our knees and gently lower side to side. And adjusting our lower back. And if this is available, bring your chin towards your knees and lift our head. If that's too much, you can let your head down and lower side to side. Then, when you are ready, we're gonna roll onto one side and sit down, or we're gonna do rocking chair, roll back and forth, massage our back. And 3, 2, cross our ankle and hands down to the mat and step back to table. Then tuck our toe, pull your hips back. Child pose or puppy pose, and keeping your hips a little higher and chin down. Then spread our hands forward, fingers open, planting down, and try to see, finding an openness to the armpit or inner arm. And then pull your hips back to lengthen the back, lower back. And then we're gonna gradually tucking our toes, knee up, and going to downward facing dog. And head relax. Then let's step one foot forward, another foot forward, bend your knees, and we walk forward. Grab our elbows, keep your knees bent, and swing side to side if you are comfortable. And soften your knees, round your back. Let's slowly come up to standing. So feet is down and hands reach out and up. Catch elbows Inhale, lift our elbows up. So you can keep your heels down, or if you like to do some challenge, lift your heels off the ground and stretch. Inhale. Then on our exhalation, heels down, bend your knee and drop yourself. Swing our hands side to side. Relax our arms. One more time. Inhale, rising, hands reach out and up. Catch your elbows. Inhale, lift our elbows up, maybe heels up and stretch. Then on our exhalation, drop your heels, bend your knee, bend forward and swing our hands side to side. Okay, and then inhale, rising, hands reach out and up, and palms together to heart center. Then bring your feet together in front of your yoga mat. Let's do prayer to the sun and gratitude to the sun, especially winter time. We appreciate the heat from the sun. It's interesting that summertime we don't appreciate sometime, but winter time we appreciate the sunlight, vitamin D. It's nice to be outside in the sunny day. Now let's use our breath moving through the poses. Take a big inhale, hands reach out and up, palms together at the top. Then on our exhalation, bend your knees soft and bend forward. And head down, hands maybe at your calf or to the toes. Inhale, halfway lift the top of your head forward. Exhale, bring your palms down and bring your knee down, tabletop or plank pose. Inhale, lengthening the spine from the tailbone to the top of your head. Then exhale, bend your elbow belly to the mat or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Open our chest forward. So notice how your belly kind of stretches. Then exhale, put your hips back, child pose or downward facing dog. Hips high. Noticing the breath, in, out. Okay, so next one, inhale, we look forward and step between our hands. Feet is together. Inhale, halfway left. And exhale, head down, relax. The next inhalation, we rise, hands reach out and up. And bring our palms together to heart center. Okay, do a little bit the different thing. Inhale, hands reach up and catch the right wrist with your left hand. Then ground your feet and legs together and stretching upward. Then on our exhalation, hands goes to the left side and find the length to the right. So it's like, so this is actually called crescent moon. So shape of a crescent moon. One more breath, inhale. Then on our exhalation, let's come back to center. Bend your knee, drop your elbows and swing your hands up, down. Just relaxing your arms. And you can relax your fingers too. Then inhale, rising and catch the other side. So catch the left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, reach your hands up. Then exhale, hands to the right. So lengthen the left side of the body. So when we are aware, we are grounding our feet and bringing our legs together towards the center actually helps to stabilize this pose. And it's much easier to stretch upward. Okay, inhale, rising, bend your knees, drop your elbow, side to side. Okay, and then inhale, hands reach up and palms together to heart center. Okay, so let's bring the block So if you have a 2 block, then bring it to the front, maybe right side and left side. Okay. Then palms together to heart center and standing still in front of the yoga mat. Then inhale, hands goes up. Then exhale, bend forward. You can use the block. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, we step back to table or plank pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bring your knee down, belly down to the mat. Inhale, up for the facing dog. Then come to downward facing dog. Okay, then right leg goes up. Then step forward between our hands. And you can use the block, maybe a little bit higher position. Then bring your left knee down to the mat. You can see me. Okay. And then inhale, let's come up. So check your right foot and right knee. Right knee is above the feet. Right foot. So if not, you want to bring your foot a little bit forward. Then move our pelvis forward and opening our chest. So you can either hold in a block like that, or you can bring your hands at your right knee, or you can bring your hands upward. Then on our exhalation, let's bring our hands down to the mat. Then there's a choice. Just keeping your left knee, pull your hips back, stretch your front leg. Or you can lift your right knee and both legs straight and bend forward. So having a block helps actually. Then pick up your right toe up, grounding our heels and stretching the back of the leg. Then bend your knee, bring your left knee down to the mat. Then again, one more time, inhale, hands reach up. So now we are stretching the front of the body. Feel the left hip joint open and the belly opens. Then on our exhalation, hands come down, then bend forward. Maybe stretch your leg or keep your left knee down and pick up your right toe. Okay, then slowly let's release and bring your hands, so you might not need a block, or you can use the block for downward facing dog, planting our palms down and hips high. So either using a block for downward facing dog, or you can do planting the palms to the ground or the yoga mat and downward facing dog. Then we're going to do the other side. Left leg up and step forward. Then right knee come to the ground. So either you can use the block. Then move our pelvis forward. And again, we are paying attention to the left knee position. And maybe hands up and open the front of the body, especially the right hip joint and the belly. Then on our exhalation, hands come down to the block. Stretch your both legs, or keeping your right knee down and bend forward. So we are stretching the back of the body. Okay, just one more time. Then coming up and moving our pelvis forward. Stretch the front. Then exhale, hands down. Then hips high, bend forward. So notice how the pelvis moving back. Okay. Then let's come down. Knee down, step back, downward facing dog. But if you like to do vinyasa, you are welcome to do vinyasa, plank to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Otherwise, just Child pose or downward facing dog. All right. Then let's walk our feet a little bit closer to our hands. Okay. Then bring your right foot forward. Bend your both knee and slowly roll ourselves up to standing. So feet is not that far. Then point your back toe, left toe, maybe 45-degree angle to the left side. Then catching your elbows behind you or reverse namaste, palms together at the back. Grounding our feet down first. Inhale. Then on our exhalation, bend your knee or keeping your legs straight, bend forward. It's very similar to what we did. But if this is too much, you can bring your hands down to the mat. To the block. One more breath. And bend your knees, lounge your back. Let's slowly come out from this pose, rising. And let go of our hands. Okay, one more thing. Both hands up. And stretch upward and find the length of the spine, find the length of the side of the body, and let go of our right hand. Then right hand come at the back, at the maybe lower back. Then we're gonna bend forward and left hand reach forward. Then bring your left hand towards your right side and there is a block. Place on your hand. Then gradually facing or rotating our torso towards your right side. And you can keep your right hand at your lower back or maybe right hand goes up. But make sure your shoulder is okay. Then grounding our feet. So this is a quite balanced pose. As if we are gathering our legs together. This is a great one for releasing the lower back. Last breath. And then exhale, right hand goes down and bend your knee. Bring yourself down, knee down to the mat, palms down, right foot back, then downward facing dog. Or maybe child pose. Okay, so now one step forward. It's a shorter stance of downward facing dog. Then left foot forward. Then bend your both knee, round your back. Let's rise to standing. So we're going to do the same thing we did at your right side. So point your right toe, maybe 45-degree angle to the right side. Then try to see if you can bring your pelvis is facing forward, your navel facing forward. Then catch the elbow behind you or palms together, reverse namaste. So this is called pyramid pose. And grounding our back foot especially, inhale, lengthening. Then exhale, either bending your knees, bend forward, or stretch your leg, bend forward. I'm just coming to see. Yeah, use the block if you like to, or you can keep it your hands back if you're okay. And find the openness to the back of the body. And really ground your feet. Last breath. Soften your knees and slowly roll ourselves to the standing pose. And let go of our hands. Then the hands reach up to the sky. So this gives you kind of an openness to the upper body. Lengthening our spine, side of the body. Then your left hand is going to be drop and come to the behind you, back of the sacrum. Then on our exhalation, bend forward, ground both feet down, reach our right hand forward, and then bend forward, the right hand come to the left side and onto the block. And then try to see if you can bring your navel towards the left side or face to the left side. You can keep your left hand behind you or left hand up. This is a great twist. You can bend your knees if that's helping. Last breath. Exhale, let go your left hand to the ground, bend your both knee come down, step back. Plank pose or tabletop, and go into downward facing dog or do the vinyasa last one. Child pose or downward facing dog. Checking our feet hip distance apart, your toes pointing forward, heels behind the toes, and your fingers open. Let's together wherever you are, child pose or downward facing dog. Big inhale. And open your mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Then slowly walking forward, then we sit down. Okay, cross our leg to sit, then the hands reach up, inhale. So when we reach our hands, that kind of helps to all muscle activate to lengthen our spine. Then on our exhalation, we twist, left hand, right hand, maybe behind you. You can also use the block to rest your hands behind you or catch the left eye. Then we tilt our head in certain way that we find the openness to the neck. Yeah, good that you have, Cassie, you have a block under your knees. That's very helpful. So if your knees are pretty off and are not so comfortable in this crossing leg position, you can slide a block under your knees. Okay, let's change. Face forward, hands reach up. Exhale, twist to the left side, other side. You can rest your hands behind you on a block, or maybe left hand come all around to the right side and catch the tie. Then slowly, let's let go. And straight our legs, please. Then bring your hands behind you. So again, if you are comfortable, you can bring your hands on a block. So try to see if this works for you. So fingers are pointing towards your leg side. Then bend your elbows. So either on a block or without a block. Then bringing, as if you are bringing the shoulder blade closer and bend your elbow back. Then lift our sternum, chest upward and looking up. You can be here, or you can bend your knees, plant your feet hip distance apart. It's called tabletop, reverse table. And you can lift your hips up. But if that's too much to your shoulder, just keeping your hips down, stretch your leg and lift our chest. So purpose here is to open our heart, open our chest. One more breath. And then exhale. Lots of release. Drop your hips down if you are lifting. Then let's bend forward. Slightly bend your knees. Then belly towards your thigh and hover over your leg and catch any parts of the foot or ankle. Then move so we are walking our sits bone behind, back. Then we bend forward and you might gradually straighten the leg or keeping your knees bent. So try to see if you can point your toes upward. Yeah. So what will happen if you point your toes up rather than little angle? Or which one is you are comfortable? Just finding your body. Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, that's good, Cassie. Okay, then slowly we're gonna release. Then gradually we are coming down to the mat, but bring the block close by. So zip our legs together and slowly lower ourselves to the mat. Then bend your knees and block between our thighs. So that's just helpful for the core strength. Zip our legs together, catching the block. Then heels come close to your hips. Then slowly lifting our hips up, but tucking your navel in and find the pelvic floor and find the inner thigh muscle working and lift our pelvis up. Then interlace your fingers behind you, roll our shoulders under and lift our chest. Even you are tucking the chin, seems like tucking our chin towards the sternum or collarbone. Let's find the space to the front of the throat. And relax our jaw. Maybe you can move your thumbs out or aside. Just relax our facial expression, facial muscle. Okay, then lift our heels up if that's available. If not, don't worry about it. But squeeze the block and engage our pelvic floor and adductor. Is it a little helpful or more helpful to lift our heels? Then inhale, lift our hands up and over the head. Keep lifting our hips high and high. Then on our exhalation, let's slowly come down from the top of the spine, each vertebrae at a time. And let go the block and bring your knee to the side, to side. And relax the lower back and your belly. Then when you are ready, block come under your hips. So lift your hips again to place the block under your sacrum and lift your legs up. And point your toes and flex, point your toes and flex. Then open our legs wide, point your toes and open our legs wide. Then exhale, close. And do a few more times, open our legs wide and close. Okay. Then slowly bending your knees and feet come to the ground. Okay. So it's a supported bridge. So keeping the block like this, or you can change the height of the block in the little bit more higher position. Then stretch your right leg to find the length to the hip flexor. If this is not so comfortable, you might, so if your lower back is not so comfortable, you can do a few things. So you can move your shoulder blade away from your pelvis, which means we are lengthening the lower back. So we keep paying attention to how to make this pose comfortable. Okay, change the leg. So left leg long and bend your right knee. So stretching the front of the hip. Then bend your both knee, plant your feet. Then slowly press your hips up. Then let go the block. Happy baby, open our legs wide and catching our feet or ankle or cup. And gently roll side to side if that works for you. And notice your feet can be flexed or push your heels out. Okay. Then slowly release. So we're gonna use a block again. So it's a supported fish pose. I like this pose. So one block is between your shoulder blade, so it looks like this. So it's a longer side and narrow side along the spine between the shoulder blade. So your hips and legs are nicely rested on the ground. Then block between the shoulder blade. Then second block maybe to the like a pillow. Then open our arms wide and rest in this pose. And find our heart space opens. Then listening, the sound, whatever you hear. So we are aiming to open our capacity of our heart. The capacity that we are able to listen with our heart. So it's interesting that mind as a brain, even we know certain things that we use the brain, mind. But when we really experience or something that resonates with our heart, we really understand someone. So listening with our heart is to understand the others. So being in love means seeing in beloved all around us. being love rather than giving or taking love. Love is not only desire. Love is not attachment. Love is thinking, speaking, and acting in a way that let other people to be happier. Love is the serving the moment, whatever the moment may bring. So we listen, whatever is there at the moment, without judgment or critique about the sound. We just hear as a sound. Maybe sound that you might not prefer. Maybe car sound. Maybe you enjoy the bird singing. But the car sound or mechanical sound is made by people as well. So I say that sound, whatever we hear is the song of living, song of life. And song of life that we listen with smile. Somebody out there is to live a living sound. Then gradually we're gonna come out from this pose and lower ourselves to the side. Then let go the block, whatever it's at your back. Just remove it and come flat on our back. Maybe bending your knees and dropping your knees side to side to release the lower back from the back bending. Then when your lower back is comfortable, we lie down as Shavasana. But let's take a big inhale, open our mouth, exhale. One more time, take a big inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. And rest in this space. And we're gonna slowly bringing our legs together and our hands goes over the head. Take a big inhale to stretch from toes to fingertips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth. Let go. Bring your knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to ourselves. Gradually roll onto one side. And appreciating our body, mind, and heart, what we have today. Then slowly come up to a comfortable seat. You might keep our eyes half closed. Together, inhale, hands reach out and up. And then exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to this moment and space we are able to practice yoga together. And keeping the gratitude with us, and let us continue our life with lots of love. Thank you very much for joining. Namaste. Thank you.